The Big Bang Theory was never just a sitcom. It was a cover story. Behind those Caltech hallways and that iconic apartment, Jim Parsons was quietly deciding to walk away from $50 million. Two cast members were secretly falling in love right in front of your eyes for 2 full years while you sat there completely oblivious. One of them holds a real PhD from UCLA, and one was carrying a private heartbreak so heavy, so carefully hidden, that the audience never once suspected a thing. The show made you laugh for 12 years. But the real story? That was never on the screen. Stay with us. Jim Parsons, the man who left $50 million behind. Let's start with the man who started it all. Born the 24th of March, 1973 in Houston, Texas, James Joseph Parsons was just a quiet theater kid from a middle-class family with 0 Hollywood connections and 0 famous parents. Just a boy from Texas who loved performing more than anything else in the world. By the time Big Bang Theory launched in 2007, Jim was 34 years old, not young, not fresh-faced. Just a working actor who had spent years grinding through theater roles that nobody remembers. And then came Sheldon Cooper, a theoretical physicist with 0 social awareness, 0 emotional intelligence, and an ego the size of the universe, completely insufferable on paper. The most beloved character on American television in Jim Parsons' hands. What Jim did with Sheldon was not acting. It was architecture. Every mannerism, every pause, every bazinga, a deliberate, brilliant choice that nobody else on earth could have made. 4 Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe, a Screen Actors Guild Award. The industry ran out of ways to honor him. And then, in 2018, at the absolute peak of the show's success, Jim Parsons made the call that left Hollywood completely speechless. He walked away. No scandal, no controversy, no drama. Just a quiet decision that cost him $50 million. Today at 52 Theater, film, producing, living completely on his own terms. Knowing when to leave is sometimes the greatest performance of all. The quiet one who outlasted everyone. If Jim Parsons was the face of the Big Bang Theory, Johnny Galecki was its beating heart. Born the 30th of April, 1975 in Brie, Belgium, yes, Belgium, John Mark Galecki moved to America as a child and fell into acting almost by accident. By 2007, Johnny was 32 years old and already a television veteran, 9 years on Roseanne before Leonard Hofstadter even existed. On screen, Leonard was the relatable one, the normal one, the guy who kept getting knocked down and kept getting back up. Audiences did not just like Leonard, they were Leonard. But here is what was happening behind those cameras that the whole world missed. For 2 full years, Johnny Galecki and Kaley Cuoco were secretly together. 2 lead actors, 20 million viewers watching them every single week. And nobody knew a thing. When it finally came out, the internet simply could not handle it. Today, at 50 years old, Johnny Galecki has stepped away from Hollywood almost entirely. The most relatable character on television turned out to be the most private person on the entire cast. Kaley Cuoco, the blonde who fooled everyone. Let's get one thing completely straight. Penny was never just the pretty neighbor, and Kaley Cuoco was never just the blonde girl standing next to the nerds. Born the 30th of November, 1985, in Camarillo, California, when Big Bang Theory launched in 2007, she was just 21, the youngest of the 3 original leads. And from day one, she understood something about Penny that even the writers sometimes missed. Penny was not the punchline. Penny was the pulse. Every emotional beat of that show ran through her. But behind the camera, a secret 2-year relationship with Johnny Galecki that ended before the world even knew it existed. Then, a very public marriage in 2013 that collapsed after just 2 years. Then another painful public divorce, all while showing up every single day and making it look completely effortless. At her peak, $1 million per episode, one of the highest paid women in television history. After the finale, she completely reinvented herself. The flight attendant on HBO Max proved what her co-stars always knew: she was a serious actress, hiding in plain sight all along. Today, at 39, the best chapter of her story has not even been written yet. Simon Helberg, the funny one with the secret superpower. Ask any Big Bang Theory fan who made them laugh the hardest, and a huge portion will say Howard Wolowitz without a moment's hesitation. The mama's boy, the engineer without a doctorate, the one who somehow went to space before any of his genius friends. Born the 9th of December, 1980, in Los Angeles, California, Simon Helberg grew up surrounded by entertainment. Father, a comedian. Mother, an actress. By 2007, he was just 26 years old and electric from the very first episode. But here is Simon Helberg's secret that most people never discovered. He is a classically trained pianist of extraordinary ability. Not a hobby, concert level, conservatory trained. And when Florence Foster Jenkins came calling in 2016, Simon Helberg held his own opposite Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep, that is not a supporting actor playing dress-up. That is a serious artist announcing himself to the world. Today, at 44, quietly building one of the most surprising careers of the entire cast. The funniest man in the room turned out to be the deepest one, too. Kunal Nayyar, the outsider who became family. Born the 30th of April, 1981, grew up in New Delhi, India, before making the journey to America completely alone. And yet he walked onto The Big Bang Theory, set in 2007, at just 26 years old, and created one of the most lovable characters in sitcom history. While playing an awkward man who could not talk to women in real life, he was married to Miss India 2006, Neha Kapoor, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. You genuinely cannot make that up. Today, at 43, best-selling author, global star, and living proof that the outsider who stays the course always finds exactly where he belongs. Galecki, the real scientist in the room. Born the 12th of December, 1975 in San Diego, California, at the absolute peak of her teenage fame, she walked away from Hollywood entirely and went to university, UCLA, where she earned a real PhD in neuroscience. A real one. Arrived on screen in season 3, Mayim Bialik was not pretending. She was literally the most qualified person in that fictional laboratory. Today, at 49, scientist, actress, author, advocate. The only person in Hollywood with a PhD and a sitcom credit, and both are completely real. Just a small woman with an unforgettable voice, and a character that grew from a background detail into one of the most beloved figures in the entire show. Melissa Rauch. Born the 23rd of June, 1980 in Marlboro, New Jersey. She was 27 years old, playing Bernadette's sweet, tiny, terrifyingly intelligent with a voice that could shatter glass. And she was absolutely perfect. But what most viewers never knew was what Melissa was carrying privately during the show's most successful seasons. A devastating miscarriage, a high-risk pregnancy, all while delivering comedy gold every single week without ever letting the audience see a single crack. Today, at 44, actress, producer, advocate. The smallest voice on that stage had the most powerful story of all. 7 cast members, 12 seasons of brilliance. The Big Bang Theory made the world laugh, but the real show was always the one nobody had a ticket to. If this video gave you something today, hit that like button and subscribe right now, because we have more stories just like this one waiting for you. Until next time, take care.